Reality mining is the analysis of machine-collected data that tracks human movement and interactions. And over the next couple videos, we will look at how you can analyze reality mined data. But here's some examples of reality mined data. For example, during COVID, Google was monitoring people's movements compared to where they were in the past, right? Because you use Waze, you use Google Maps, and so they can track where you are moving. And we found that there were a lot more people that went to parks and a lot less people in shops during COVID. So we're using machines. Here it's your phone that's tracking your movements, and so we can use that to analyze what's happening. Other examples of reality mining was also during COVID. There was analysis of data collected by machines. In this case, it was to monitor that people were spacing appropriately apart. And so tracking when people came in contact with each other for contact tracing if anyone was ill. We could also use the devices to detect when two individuals were spending too much time too close together. So we're simply looking at data that is attached to longitude and latitude when we talk about reality mining. Other examples of reality mining would be, for example, with Starbucks. When you get near Starbucks, if you have the Starbucks app on your phone, it'll actually send you a coupon or a reminder, an ad when you get near the Starbucks saying, hey, we have a deal on this particular product. And so again, it's looking at your location and using that to advertise or promote things to you. Tim Hortons got in trouble for tracking too much personal information without providing people's consent, looking at other businesses that customers frequented without, when people downloaded the app, notifying them that that's what that would be doing. So we're collecting data with machines that is looking at people's movement, and so we're looking at longitude and latitude in our data. We can use it for logistics, so we can monitor movement of materials or people. If you think about your Amazon shipments or your Skip the Dishes, if you order Skip the Dishes, you can see the little car on the map when it goes to pick up your restaurant dinner and when it is on the way to you. So this tracking is reality mining. And so we can create graphs like the one you see here that track movement. They also can track speed, and that way we can see where are the materials as they're moving through our shipping process, where are people in terms of deliveries, and so we can track movement here with our devices. We can do reality mining that is shown in terms of bubble maps. Bubble maps are a data visualization tool that uses circles of different sizes to represent when more things are happening. And so you can see here a bubble map overlaid on the US map. And so the more of something, so if it's the more incidence of we can use it, for example, epidemiology. We can look at, where there are more cases of the measles, they are a bigger circle on the map. Or we can look at simply in terms of number of events. So we can look at crime in terms of where are the burglaries happening. We can look at it. The bigger bubbles show that there's more something. And the key here is we're overlaying it on a map. So we're looking at spatial analysis when we look at data that has longitude and latitude attached to it. We can, too fast. We can use information with longitude and latitude to plan routes. So if you think about your Google Maps and it's telling you, you give it a start and you give it an end destination and it gives you a route. So we can do this in Python as well. We give it a longitude and a latitude and it will find a route for us. So we can determine the most cost-effective route. Should our delivery vehicles be going certain directions? What is the most efficient way for us to move our materials? Now, when we're looking at collecting data, if we're not using a device to collect data, so of course we have like a smartwatch and it collects longitude and latitude, and in our next video we'll look at analyzing some smartwatch data. But you can also collect data from Google Maps. So if, for example, you were going to do this route optimization, you would need to know, right, the longitude and latitude of your start and ending location. Well, if you are on a laptop or desktop computer, you can simply click on a location and it will give you the longitude and latitude here. And then you can paste it into a Google Sheet or an Excel spreadsheet for later analysis. So just a quick kind of show you here, if we go in. So if I go into Red Deer Polytechnic on a Google map and I right click, you can see here, I can take this. If I simply click on it, I can then hit Control V and paste it into a spreadsheet. If you are trying to gather information and you are not on a laptop or a desktop, but instead you are on an iPad or an iPhone, you can collect the data by tapping near a location. And when you do that and you scroll down, what you will get then is the longitude and latitude here. So you can tap on this and then paste it into a Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. So if you're on a phone or tablet, then you'll need to not click on the actual store itself because it will just give you store information. If you want to get the longitude and latitude, you'll need to click near it. And then when you do that, scroll down and you'll find that here on Google Maps. So we can collect longitude and latitude to do analysis. If you watch the Voronoi Polygon video, for example, we collected locations on different McDonald's locations. And then how do we do that? Well, Google Maps search of McDonald's and then taking the longitude and latitudes that you see here, that my face is covering up in this example, in order to do that analysis. So we can collect longitude and latitude this way if we're not using a machine to collect it as people move. So the next couple videos, we're going to do some reality mining and some data analysis.